All right, everyone in the BanjoRace chat. It's 5 o'clock, which means it's time for a BanjoRace. Today we've got one of the last matches, the culmination of the losers bracket match. We have Sunderstorm versus GeneralToucans. Both of you have climbed your way out of the depths of the losers bracket and have made it here. Although I guess, Sunder, you've been climbing a lot further than Toucans has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you feeling going into this match, Sunder? I imagine
I'm
it's
feeling pretty good. I don't know. I've been actually improving a bit in the past couple weeks, not a ton, but
yeah. How about you, Toucans?
Well, confidence is strong. I haven't been improving these last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Been a little busy with work and school, but Tooie feels pretty good to me right now. When I was messing around earlier, so we'll see.
Yeah. Well, your PBs are only 1 second apart, so hopefully we'll be in for a pretty close race. Some of bests are a little apart, but I mean, it's there's all sorts of ways you can stretch some of best.
What's
right?
Toucan's some of best?
42-23.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm screwed.
Wait, what's yours? What's yours?
So 42-43.
Okay, just 20 seconds though. That's
Yeah.
not.
But
that's
I
not
mean,
very
like, one third try code is basically that gap destroyed, right?
That's
So,
true. Yeah.
right?
There's a lot going in, and yeah. No matter which one of you win today, you'll be going up against a rematch of Xenernicus. Xenernicus actually knocked both of you into the losers bracket.
Oh boy.
So yeah, Xenernicus took out Sunder in round 2 and then took out Toucans in round 3. So it's gonna be the fight for the revenge match in the loser finals.
Awesome. Give me that third rematch.
Yeah. All right, so without further ado, are both of you ready to go?
I'm ready.
I am ready.
All right, I'll count you down and then we'll start it up. So get ready to go in 3, 2, 1, go. And good luck.
Good luck. Oh
Good
shit,
luck.
I didn't start my timer.
Alright, Sunder forgot to start his timer, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and sync him up anyway. Let's get my audio muted. We'll turn on some audio. Oh, look at that. Toucan's got the Klungo cutscene skip, but he landed on the boulder a little bit too early. Landing back in the cutscene. Ooh, that's rough. So, I mean, like you said, 1 third try code, 1 Klungo cutscene done. That's gonna be the best possible time. Basically caught up for Sunderstorm. Yeah, exactly. So, but then again, we said Toucans has been pretty busy with work, and so, yeah, we'll see how things go. Anyway, Klungos could change the tides a little bit. Red potion versus green potion. Nope, the rich get richer, and Sunderstorm with the nice green potion. Clearly that means Toucan's gonna get blue potion or something like that. Or red potion, the very safe red potion. Oh, no, we got double green, so they're on an even playing field. Trusted that, Sunder's still doing his late egg shot, but still making it up. It's one of those, as long as he shoots right away, he'd be fine, but whatever, as long as what he's doing is working. And there you go, Toucans with the immediate shot. Fires 2 eggs, but I think he'll still be fine getting a push. Oh yeah, 2 eggs works. If you shoot 3, I think you don't have enough time to run to get a push, but 2 is definitely good. Nice gold split from Sunder. Skips his split though. I guess he's got a gold potion or a gold green potion. Klungo 2. Alright, so best possible time. Now only 3 seconds apart, so... Oh, right, he started his timer late. That's right. That's right. Thank you, Go-Go. I mean, I even mentioned that. That would explain the gold split on Klungo 1. Man, I got the memory of, you know, Canary Mary. Yeah, big pushes be good. So, Toucans didn't lose quite as much time over... Well, I guess entering at 212, that's 14 from the Klungo cutscene skit. And then, I don't know, a few other seconds from somewhere else, but... I don't know. Either way. Yeah, like I said, this match is the last match of the losers bracket. Whoever loses this match leaves the tournament in 4th place. So this is top 4 kind of thing. Which reminds me, I forgot to upload the last match that happened into YouTube. So I'll probably do that later tonight after this one. Is there prize money? I didn't set a prize for this tournament. This was just a for fun, like spur of the moment kind of tournament with the popularity that no Bitclip had with the whole name change and everything. But of course, winner will be getting VIP status in BanjoRace. So, unless it's me who ends up winning. In which case, I get nothing. I lose. Good day to me, sir. Still sad we didn't get to call it Slidey. Slidey would have been fun. I mean, it would have been really dumb, but I mean... It would have been a good conversation starter to people outside the community. Alright, Sunder going for... Oh, that was a really hot GGM early. So basically first try. Well, I mean it was first try, because we call the real first try 0th try. Got a little too far forward with the first attempt, and, you know, didn't try to fix it, just kind of bailed out. Toucans with the very lenient front, and so that's... first try as well, or second try, I guess. Since from the front you don't really have a 0th try, it's basically just, you know, setting up your camera and then going for it, rather than just kind of YOLO jumping. So this is where kind of the run starts, I guess, with good GGM earlies. Not that Sunder doesn't have quite a lead so far, but I mean, it can easily be like just thrown away with a few like flap at a talon trot, you miss a bill drill on one of the boulders, you do an extra bill drill by mistake, you miss the ladder jump, and there's a lot that can happen in GGM when you're close. And then, of course, once we get to Mayhem Temple, that's when, like, the big time differences happen, so... Oh, I forgot to ping the channel live on, BanjoRace. I guess I should do this while they're both just setting up their DCW. Get ourselves all nice and shouted out. GeneralToucans. Alright, nice quick detonator levitation from Sunder. Nice little jumps around the water. You know what I mean. I mean, I don't want to call anything or, you know, jinx both of them because they've been doing really well, but expecting this to be the third last match in the tournament, I would expect to see fewer mistakes come out of both of them than in previous races. I mean, like I said, I don't want to call it, you know, too early because we have seen a lot of shenanigans happen here and there. Nice jump from Thunderstorm to the notes. I don't know what happened to Toucans there. He, like, kind of flipped his control stick back all of a sudden. Oh, and then missed the jump. I don't know if I would have tried to save that. Oh, and he went for a blind jump forward, too. I guess he decided, instead of turning the camera, I'm just going to land on the ground. Because as long as you, like, kind of straight up do the jump, you'll be fine. I think he tried to get into Talon Trot there when learning Bill Drill, but instead went for a Beak Barge instead. But luckily it was close enough to the silo to still summon Jam Jars. Otherwise he probably would have like yeeted himself directly off the ledge, and that would have been no good. So from what I've seen so far, Sunder looks like kind of the more ready to go. The first match in these best of threes does seem to be sort of a hand warmer, though. I mean, you know, you see lots of, you know, game ones are a little bit messy, sloppy, you know, one-sided kind of thing. But then game two is where we start to see the real game start, I guess. So all of a sudden, all the little bumps and bruises are out of their gameplay. Anything that was not fresh in their mind, I guess, is now there. Like, say you have a specific strat that you do for someone, or something, but you haven't had... Uh-oh! Sunder going down. Jumping nice and quick on the boards. Losing a little bit of time Power Hut Basement, but we'll see what happens with Toucans. That's one of those things, like say you do a certain strat for Power Hut Basement, right? All of a sudden, you know, it's not in your head, and then in game two, you'll remember what you did. Alright, so Toucans with a really fast Power Hut Basement. A little bit of a late dive off at the end there, but I mean, the jump from one lamp to the other is always like, you know, super nice when you can do it really fluidly like that. I know I personally have troubles doing that. Just because you kind of get too afraid of flapping out of Talon Trot on the lamp. And if that happens, then you just straight up fall down. But we saw some new tech from Xenernicus in his race against me, where you can backflip up from one pillar to the next. But that only works on the left pillar, not the right pillar, underneath like the far lamp. So that reminds me, I need to open up and practice that just in case. I mean, obviously you'd want to practice jumping on the lamps so that way you don't fall down, but it's one of those like, but what if it happens kind of things, right? It's a big problem with tournament races, though. Those what-ifs really stack up. And it's like, you know, what if, what if, what if? And then you start doing all the babby strats that lose 2 seconds here, 2 seconds there. And then over the course of the run, you've lost 30 seconds to your opponent. And you end up coming second. And in the end, it just comes down to consistency, I suppose. Confidence in your own ability. I mean, what I'm saying is probably like just super straightforward stuff, but it never hurts to hear it if you're kind of in that mindset. Unless you're grinding runs. If you're grinding runs, you can do whatever you want. When you're grinding runs, your only competition is yourself. Kind of an awkward split up there from Toucans. Both of them with 90 puzzles, so I'd say both of them didn't have super great puzzle split ups. Lots of the top pieces kind of fluttered down to the bottom. But that's just how it do. And now we got the classic double cutscene happening at the same time. And then the what's it called? The you know, when you go through a bunch of I don't know. Obstacle course isn't the word I'm looking for. Trials isn't the word I'm looking for. The gauntlet. The gauntlet of MT is coming up. I'm sure there's a lot of synonyms in there, but you know, when you're looking for that one word that you want to use. Alright, first JSG early. That is way too far to the left. Or way too high, I guess. Uh-oh, Sunder went for the 2 flat backup. Alright, well this... Oh, he's stuck on the vine. Come on, you gotta aim way down, Sunder. There we go. Alright, very quick. Okay, now Sunder's way too low. He's not even gonna make it above the door. And now he's... Oh, this is really bad for Sunder. Yeah, he's still way too low. Alright, so... There we go. That's good. That'll work. So, bit of a rough JSG early from Sunder. And that's going to put him behind Toucans about how far he was ahead, so... Not super great. Just gotta remember, like, you gotta... I mean, you can be kind of angled against the door, but it's gotta be kind of in a certain way. Being flat against the door and then turning to an angle at the last second is the way to go. But I know that Sunder often starts up really high. Oh, Toucans is dying 100%. That was, Alright, well, suddenly Sunder is way back in the lead. I don't know why Toucans went for that. There was, like, literally 0 gap between the cat and him. It was, like, just 100% his fault. Alright, well, now Toucans is having the problem. And he's doing the setup nice and easy. Doing a very safe version of it. Whoa, aiming way down. That's too far down. I think Toucans should have waited a lot later in order to aim down. Toucans, you can't be aiming down that fast. Alright, well now Toucans is having to like redo it, so it's funny, he got it first try really fast, but now he's just struggling. And I mean, yeah, that's just aiming way too far down. Like Toucans don't aim that far down that fast. Toucans is just landing and he's redoing it. You gotta wait until you're further up. If you aim down when you start your flapping initially, you're so far curved down that you're basically bonking off the top of the door. Like, if you look at how the door was when he was positioned at the top, you could see that the top of the door was like above the center mark on the screen. And when you see that, you just know that your beak bomb isn't going to go above it. So something's off with his setup. And I think that's the only thing. If Toucans waited a little longer to aim down, like that is perfect. That was like an absolutely perfect JSG early. Sunder getting some red feathers. Oh, he didn't have enough. I didn't even think of that. Alright, please just go up. He didn't even take damage before just hitting the cat. See, at that point, he could have just grabbed the skill stop honeycomb and then paused it on 1 health. Like, oh, this race is just absolutely a mess for Toucans. And I mean, it all stems from just, you know, dying to that 1 cat. What's going on in here? This is like the messiest race. You know, I did say in GGM I didn't want to jinx them, but we'd be seeing like... I did jinx them a little bit and say, you know, we would be seeing, you know, probably more skilled races than in the past, because this is like the 3rd to last match in the tournament. But then once they hit MT, just absolute spaghetti just started coming out of both of their pockets. Yeah, but Sunder hasn't even done anything dishonorable. Toucans basically defeated himself. All this... Oh, and Toucans gets a bonk. But, I mean, Sunder's in the middle of a 3rd try code. Oh, 2nd try. Never mind. Like, if Toucans would have taken the half a second time loss and run around the cat, or, like, even pecked him, like, he would have been fine. But he tried to jump between an impossibly small gap between the cat and, like, the hole up the stairs. And not only that, but he, like, he jumped into the club. Like, you know how I always say you have to jump around the right side of the cats just so you don't hit the club? He basically jumped directly into the club. Like, it's like he's turned into 50 Cent or something, you know? Well, at least he's, like, finally into prison compound. Oh, I was like, uh-oh, what happened to Sunder? But just dropping a frame. So, yeah, right now, Sunder has, like, a 1.5-minute lead over Toucans. So, I mean, there's nothing straight up that could make him, like, lose that much time other than dying to Hag 1. I mean, there's a bunch of things that can, like, add up to cause the time, like a death to the eels, and forgetting to open JRL, and getting bopped off clip top, kind of thing. But it's definitely gonna take some happenings. So far, this is like a really, really one-sided race. Which is funny, because it was kind of not one-sided in the other way, but it was like... It was like very, very Toucans favored. And I mean, even if Toucans, like, was able to JSG early a 2nd time, 1st try like he did, you know, the 1st time, he still wouldn't have been that far behind. Toucans did gold split his prison compound split, though. I will say that. It's always good to notice the silver lining in the darkest depths of hell. I mean, those kind of mistakes are like, you just kind of, you know, if you don't have the stream open, you're just kind of like, just waiting to get pulled in for game number 2. What happened in MT? Go-Go, this is why you can't get out of your seat. There's so much that happens, like, at the snap of a finger in this category. Sunder failed JSG early and fell behind Toucans, but then Toucans died to the cat outside the Wumba warp pad. And then it took him like 8 tries to get JSG early again. So, yeah, game 1 is a pretty big write-off. But, I mean, like I said, it wasn't even, like, an unfair death to the cat. I mean, he just kind of, like, played a super risky game. But, like, not even, like... Like, I don't mean to be mean or anything like that, but there really isn't anything nice I can say about what happened. Toucans just had a moment. And he's paying for it. And sometimes that's just what happens. So, Sunder definitely gets to cruise for a bit. Cruising through Witchy World. I mean, like... I mean, even falling off the top of Dive of Death, like... It sucks, but it still wouldn't really... I mean, I guess it does lose a lot of time, because climbing up the ladder is really slow. But... I mean, Sunder is basically going to be, like... 80% of his Witchy World split ahead of Toucans at this point. I mean, like I said, their best possible times are 1 minute and 32 seconds different from each other. But maybe we'll be seeing a really, really close game too, or Sunder will have a moment. I don't think Sunder got the mid-air jump though. Not that it really matters, but it's always really swag to get the blind mid-air jump from, you know, when you fall down. I got the mid-air jump there climbing out of the fish tank in both of my races against Xenernicus, so that clearly powered me up. If you're doing an attempt and you don't get the mid-air jump, you may as well just reset, because it wasn't meant to be. Oh, Sunder, please stop doing that. Okay. If Sunder leaves C up one more time and slides down that Dodgem Dome, I mean... one more time, then it's... At least this time he didn't slide down. Like... Ooh, I thought Toucans was getting hit by that coin. Coin, I mean that pizza. And yeah, Sunder waited until the cutscene started Go-Go, so he's definitely playing in caution mode. Unless he just always does that, and I just never noticed. But oh, that was a really weird looking flap. Flapping and losing control when going over the dive of death like that is like, ugh, it just looks so spooky. Alright, overturned his camera a little bit too far and went for it, but didn't quite make it. So, I mean, that was a really good backup that Toucans had right there, though. So, despite falling off once, he definitely recovered pretty quick. Oh, and we got some frame dropping coming from Sunder one more time. Their timers are a few seconds apart, but, I mean, they were a few seconds apart anyway, because Sunder started his splits a little bit late. Alright. I was about to say JSG time, but JRL time. There's too many things that start with the same letters. I haven't even been paying attention to their puzzle times. Like, it's like, yep, there's a puzzle. There's a puzzle. I feel like it's at the point where... Man, I gotta pause this. Hopefully Sunder will catch up. Remember when Asmi used to commentate races? And host tournaments? Good times. And yeah, PG joined me for commentary on a bunch of like the original Any % tournament races. The VODs are there, but you'd have to find them. It's been a very long time. Whoa! Sunder opened or reset on the puzzle too late. Now that's a mistake. I didn't see that coming. I mean, that's a pretty huge mistake. And the terrible thing about that mistake is that there's no way to know until you get to the level. What is this race? This is like the most disgusting race I've ever seen. Hey there, gamer noob. I mean, at least Sunder will be able to warp to JRL. But I mean, this is the kind of mistake that Toucans really needed. He's probably going to be waiting until the cutscene starts this time. I don't know about that, Go-Go. I mean, I think every runner has done it. But, I mean, what's worse, Toucan's mistake or Sunder's mistake? I mean, they probably lost equal amounts of time. Well, then again, Toucan's mistake was like a combination of a bunch of different things. Either way, Toucan's has, I didn't think I would ever say this, but Toucan's has an astounding lead. Who's winning? I mean, I've said both of them have been winning this entire time. You know, it's like, oh yeah, there's no chance. There's no chance Sunder wins. Oh yeah, there's no chance Toucans wins. I'm just not gonna talk. At this point, anyone could win. This is silly. This is really silly. I mean, Toucans has really good fast swimming. But so does Sunder. So... No, Sunder reset too early on the puzzle, and then when he got to JRL, it wasn't open. Toucans has a lot of feathers, so... Because Toucans messed up JSG early the second time so incredibly bad, he had to grab an extra feather nest. Another bonk. That's 2 bonks for Toucans now. I'll be able to tell you guys their updated best possible times after, but it's, I mean, it's going to be at least 25 to 30 seconds. Sunder paid off Jam. He didn't pay him off enough. Zenernicus, I hope you're feeling a little more confident about your upcoming race. So both of them got green potion to start. So this is all a hustle. I mean, we still got another game to go minimum. And I swear to God, if game 2 is like this game 1, I'm just going to ban them both from the server. The clones that decide the winner. I mean, if Toucans hits a wrong clone, that would just be terrible. It would be funny, but it would be really terrible. But like I said, I've said so many like absolute things about the outcome of this race, and none of them have been true. But if he hits 2 wrong clones, then it's probably just straight up over. But I've said that more than twice this race, so. Okay, that was a very safe clone shot. Toucans definitely waited. And then we got red potion for Sunder, so basically no worries other than getting sat on. Very good, very safe, yeah. Yeah, never let your eyes... You need the X-ray goggles to see through the clones. Alright, are we gonna get our 3rd bonk here for Toucans? No. Almost a push into the loading zone for Sunder. Very close. Leaving Klungo 2, we got a 46.09 best possible time for Toucans. And Sunder's got a 46.42 best possible time, so it's still like 30 seconds different. Toucans has a really fast Hag 1. But, I mean, you never know. Sunder also decent at Hag 1. Yeah, but Sunder uses fire eggs. So I mean, it's just a subscription to a music service, right? To answer your question, though, no, I haven't seen it, but that's why I still listen to music on my iPod. My iPod Nano. I also have a free app on my phone that's really good at listening. You know, you can listen to music, you can edit tracks, you can do all this stuff. It's called Music-Olé. It's very nice. Yeah, I use YouTube to MP3 and then I just upload the songs to my phone or my iTunes library. I mean, I pay for everything legitimately. Asterisk. The ROM extractor. I have a V-Doctor, so... I can just make my own. Alright, here we go. Tag one time. Yeah, it's called the V64 Doctor. This is an old N64 dev tool. I think it was a third-party one, though, because I think the one that Nintendo gave devs to make N64 games was the, was like the Z64 something. That's why some ROMs for N64 are .N64 and some are .Z64. Alright, Toucans with a great start to Hag 1. Oh, that's gonna get hit by a laser. I mean, Toucans was fine until he pecked. And I'm not 100% sure why he pecked. Basically synced on different cycles. But yeah, if Toucans keeps up this Hag 1 fight that he's having right here, then it's probably over. I mean, things could go one way or the other in the battery phases and the fight to the death. Or, I mean, there's just straight up death to Hag 1. And yeah, he definitely doesn't need to shoot that many, but if his aim is off, then, I mean, it makes sense to shoot extras like that. I am so shocked that that was still only a one-cycle Hag 1 for Toucans. Toucans lagged the game so much with his grenades that Grunty didn't shoot a second bolt. Actual strats. Sunder could miss a battery cycle, but I mean, if Sunder misses anything, it doesn't matter because he's already behind. It's Toucan's race to lose at this point. Alright, Toucans with 3 grenades left, but luckily he has all the time in the world to go around and collect them. Missing battery cycles is pretty hard though. Like, you have to get like ultra unlucky. And if Toucans is like playing safe, which there's a good chance he might be playing safe at this point, then the chances are even lower that it could happen. Or blow the clockwork up early. I mean, that could happen, but... Or die, yeah. I mean, we have seen some pretty close, but... Some pretty close fights. Hopefully the era of dying to Hag 1 is just over for the tournament. I mean, you know, I don't want to speak too soon, though, because I do have matches left in this tournament, and I don't want to be the one to speak it into existence. Toucans would have a world record Hag 1 on NSO. When there's settings that would work well for rando. A hint system, like anything to make it competitive. Which I know JJJJ isn't all about that life. I mean, he does have a lot of health in the arena still. But, I mean, looking at the way Toucans lost, you know... Looking at the way Toucans died earlier, he could just not go for it. Oh, he's just going straight blue eggs. Uh-oh, this is already not looking so great. I mean, I could see Toucans just not going for health. He kind of plays really ballsy. But the Uggers are running in the opposite direction, so I think he might be okay. Despite everything, he's coming out. The health is pretty far away, but... And yeah, Sunder's got a nice chonky health right there. Yeah, the Uggers aren't being a problem, so I think Toucans has this in the bag. We just got one shot left to go. Time! 46-14. Let's go ahead and pull him in. Alright, GG's, Toucans.
GG's.
Although I don't know if I should say GG's.
That's fair. That's so reasonable, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was, yeah, pretty yikes. Alright, Sunder, I know you got a little bit to go there, but thought we'd just pull you in.
Yeah.
For Sunder and G's.
GG.
Yeah. Yeah, what a match you guys put on. Like, I honestly couldn't tell who was gonna win at any point in the match. I thought I had it on lockdown, but then both of you guys really surprised me. in the
What
worst
the
way.
hell did you do, Toucans, to make this close?
Dude, you have no idea. I thought it was over. I lost 2.5 minutes on Snake Death Warp.
Yeah,
I'm
so Toucans, I really hate to be disrespectful to you as a person, but Toucans
it's
made
reasonable.
the worst judgment call I've ever seen, trying to squeeze between the cat and the wall to get up the stairs, and he jumped directly into the cat's club with 1 health.
Yikes.
And then took like 9 tries getting Jade Snake Grove early a second time. So
Yeah.
it was he's not wrong when I think it was a 1.5 minute difference between the two of you at that point. And then where
I want someone to time my reset, dude. I don't understand. I'm so mad.
And then where Sunder messed up is Sunder reset too early on the JRL puzzle.
Oh
and then
no.
had to do the puzzle over because the level was still closed. So yeah, if it weren't for that, it would have been a landslide victory. But I mean, at that point, like, you know, if I think Toucans, you were as behind of Sunder, or you were as ahead. I don't know how I'm trying to say this. You basically switched leads because you were really behind Sunder going into Jade Snake Grove early, and then you were like, yeah, you were really ahead, and then you were really behind by about the same amount. It was
All right, I see.
Yeah, it was definitely the race of all time.
I can't. So how close did it end up being? I thought it was over as soon as JRL is closed.
How close was the race?
Yeah, like how far?
Oh, Toucans finished with a 46-14, and you finished with a 44, so about 30 seconds.
A 43-14?
46-14.
Oh, and I finished with a 46-44. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant I finished with 44 minutes. I was like,
no.
Okay.
Yeah. So
like 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Damn.
Let me go back and have a look at your JRL puzzle, because I didn't notice that you reset too early.
It's 2 seconds, right? It's you split on fade to white, and
like,
once it's at 2 seconds, you can reset, right?
It's like 2.21 or something.
I always
maybe, I don't know.
I split on the puzzle fade out, and then I know that when my sub timer hits 22 seconds, then I can reset.
See, that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I do.
Yeah, so looking back,
okay,
it had to have been like frames. Like looking back at it, like I think you just cut it a little too close. But
22. So 22 seconds. All right, that's what I'm. That's what I'm gonna do from now on then. Because
Yeah.
I didn't know what number it was from the puzzle. That's so much easier to split than fading to white.
Yeah, I split on the fade out, like when you hear the sound from the fade out, like that whoop kind of thing. And then when my timer hits, 22 seconds.
Oh, so not necessarily when it hits black.
I always split on the sound after the fade outs.
Okay, that maybe I.
But for the JRL puzzle,
method.
there's also an audio cue as well. Like you'll hear the background flute go like do 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 do, and then when it goes do 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 do, when you hear that 2, like that quick 2, then you can reset right on the second one.
This is not something I'm gonna be using.
That's what I did for years. So
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very consistent.
I think I'll just do what I'm doing. Just give it another split second for now, and then I'll figure it out later.
When in doubt, just wait on the cutscene transition. And yeah, also one last thing. Yeah, leaving C up on Dodgem Domes.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, that time I did it on purpose because I accidentally faced the wrong way.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And I had to turn around.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't see you turn around. I thought you just re-C upped. But
nah.
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I do
hilarious
just tend to just make like weird mistakes right on that exact spot.
And I had to shoot 2 grenade eggs at the switch.
Yeah.
The first one, I was like, that's too
pretty
far
left.
right.
Yeah, I mean, right. Yeah. All right, well, hopefully you guys will get less than a 46 on game number 2.
Yeah.
Don't
I
you
was,
say we're gonna get 47s
yeah, I
now.
said we got Zenernicus in the chat. I said you must be
We're
feeling
both
really
gonna
comfy watching this race.
we're both gonna like go to game 3 and then we're both gonna die and hit 1. We'll do the run over again.
Redo the run.
Zenernicus says about a year ago the N64 started getting old enough that it makes processing sounds, so he noticed that he can hear when the game auto saves.
Oh my god, that might be a problem.
It's actually really funny. Then again, my N64 makes all sorts of, you know, those ghost sounds when you go through loading zones and you hear those mysterious noises kind of thing. That happens to me all the time.
Yeah, mine does that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, are you both ready for game number 2?
I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, perfect. All right, I'll count you down, then we'll get her started. So 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
Good luck.
All right. Got a little bit of a fast start there for Toucans. Let's get them all nice and synced up. There we go. Got my timer started at 3.77. Hopefully we'll be seeing good Klungo cutscene skips from both of them this time. Ooh, Sunder with a little bit of a fix. But, yeah, at least both of them made it. So, very nice. Very nice. I like. Toucans hitting the loading zone first. The prediction says we'll get a frame count, 100%. Very rare. I mean, it's not off the table. It could happen for sure, but... I would prefer to not have to frame count. Alright, blue potion versus red potion. Neither of them are very ideal for the first race. Yeah, red potion first is better than blue potion, but I mean, if you do what Toucans did and just like kind of, whoa, Sunder had his camera like turned behind the gate. It's kind of weird. Didn't get a push though, but alright, sorry, just responding to a DM. Anyway, doing the egg shot seems to be a lot of the, you know, standard meta for blue potion. I just can't do it because I'm, you know, I just would end up hitting a clone and then my life would be over. But, I mean, it definitely is the way, because at least you get a few more steps toward the gate. And if you do it well enough, there's a chance that you can get a push, but, I mean, it's really hard unless you kind of do your optimal shot. So let me, while they're doing all this sort of stuff, let me look at what the prediction was made. Who wins the second race? There's only one total voter. That one person is probably going to lose all their points. Oh, it was only 10 channel points. Big spender. I need to use all my channel points in some sort of prediction during the Booter tournament. Which, by the way, we did a an exhibition yesterday showing off some of the settings between the light sword and purple rupees. and I think it went pretty well. I'm looking forward to that for sure. Sign-ups are open until like November 20 something. If you like Ocarina of Time Randomizer. I think there's like 12 or 13 entrants so far, so it's looking to be a good turnout. Alright, good JSG early from Toucans. Sunder had a little bit of a problem with Red House jump. Took a few tries, so I mean, I'm sure their JSG earlies will probably be okay. I mean, Toucans will usually have a good JSG early anyway because he does the front. And I mean, even if you don't get it first try, it's really easy to get second try. Sunder could get hung up on this quite a lot, but he's got a good angle, so... Ooh, accidentally pressed left. So, I mean, he should get it soon as long as he keeps up this angle. There we go. Sometimes you see that angle and you're like, yes, this is good. And then other times you're just like, you know, what are they doing? But I had enough of that last race, so hopefully this time there'll be a little bit less of that. And more like, ooh, I like that. I like what I see. Toucan's trying to get that nice damage off the Yeehaw, but sometimes when you like mistime your jump, it like de-aggroes him and he kind of sinks down. It's like definitely the worst thing, yeah. I always wait until he's kind of like mid-attack before I do anything like suspicious. Or, you know, you have that movement set up, so... And I guess he's not really going back into his hole, he's kind of making a new one. Like, those guys must have, like, really strong feet to be able to kind of just, like, you know... To kind of... Oh! Toucans! I think he jumped everywhere except the Jiggy. I thought he was going to be falling off for sure there. Oh my god. You had to, like, burrow and unburrow yourself from the ground just, like, with your legs. Yeah! Oh, and Sunder not hugging the wall close enough. So, a bit of a rough detonator levitation section for both of them. Sunder entering the water 2 more times than he needed to. It's gonna slow him down a little bit more than what happened with Toucans. And I like that kind of, you know, bad camera or bad angle to talk to the warp pad, but because Sunder was standing so close to the building on the other side of the warp pad, the camera didn't have enough room to flip around. And so he got the lagless text box. I don't think that was intentional, but it's hilarious the way that it worked out. Oh my god, that was a beautiful jump over the rocks from Sunder. Whenever I try and jump that close to like that one plateau when you know you jump over the boulder and then kind of do your slide jump, always flap out of Talon Trot. Always. It's not fair. It's not fair. Hey there, Shaman Ninja. How it do? Alright, Power Hut Basement. Hopefully Sunder will be able to make it this time. Hey there, Pastel. Just made some Sloppy Joes and coffee. Sounds like a kind of weird combination. I don't think I've ever made a Sloppy Joe before. I would just rather have a hamburger. And I don't know, I can drink coffee and then like immediately go to bed. I think I've had enough caffeine in my life that it doesn't really affect me anymore. Ugh, toucans with a sick bonk. Don't want to get to that point where I'm overdosing on caffeine just to be able to stay up a little later. Sunder's really good at like slightly angling those eggs. Always kind of drained mentally. Yeah. Oh! Sunder with the bonk. We're 1-1. That's what I hear from most people who do kind of talk to therapists and stuff like that. But I always hear from those same people that it's worth it, so probably all for the best. Yeah. Alright, so 92? Oh, a 91 puzzle from Sunder. I didn't see what Toucans got, but so Toucan's actually on a pretty okay run right now, which is kind of... I mean, I guess when you get Blue Potion and you jump, like, further away from the door, it's really easy to, like, kind of get out ahead. Even with a 10.07 GGM early is -7, which is pretty crazy that Toucan's 43.39 PB doesn't have a sub-10 GGM. So, I mean, he could probably save a lot of time on this run overall. Best possible time for Toucans is still a 42 as well, so... and yeah, like I said, currently -7.2 seconds, so far so good. But Toucans can prove me wrong at, like, the tip of a hat, right? So... I guess having a PB that can, like, save a lot of time in the early game is real nice. Because, I mean, it feels really good. That was a really fast beak bomb from Toucans, by the way. Yeah, Sunder's pretty big angle this time. Yep, Sunder's just waiting way too long to beak bomb. And his angle's too far to the right. He needs to, like... Sunder needs to approach the door from more of a flat angle than the angle that he's currently at. Because, I mean, when you're flat, you can go up and then turn to the left. But when you come to the door aimed at an angle, it depends on how fast you, like, go up the door. But by the time you hit the top, you're usually too far to the left. And you just end up popping out on the other side of the vines. And that happened to Sunder both times. And so he was behind, but now he's a little bit more behind just because of the failed JSG early. And then on top of that, it wasn't like a fast backup either, so... So right now, Toucans... Ooh, Toucans doing the jump to the snake without getting into Talon Trot. Strat we haven't... I think the only time we ever saw that strat was in Toucans race versus Xenerticus. I think every other race, everyone's gotten into Talon Trot. Ooh, that's so... I can't believe that, Oh, you've been doing it since then? Okay, well, I guess I haven't watched our race back. But I imagine you did it in that race. And I guess that's the only race you've done since since your race against Toucans. So I mean, I guess, and your practice as well. But I've been steering clear. It just feels dirty to watch your opponent practice, right? It's like, scooping up intel. Sunder has a lot of feathers. He must have grabbed an extra nest somewhere. Oh! Flies directly above his head. Pretty good flies if he would have, like, pretty good flies for Toucan, sorry, if he would have seen that first one come up. Oh, okay, that's why his feathers were so high, because I was looking at Toucans, not Sunder. For some reason, I thought Sunder was on my left. I mean, on my right. Whoopsie doopsie. Yeah, I guess that's the other side of the coin as well. Like, I mean, I guess the time I've thought that is when I've been practicing for bingo tournaments, and you do bingo races with people who are like, you know, you expect to see in the bracket, right? And then you just like constantly lose to them. It's like, you know, in like previous bingo tournaments, I do practice against like, you know, Go-Go or iCup, and then I just like get bodied by them because I made poor choices. And then it's like, well, I hope it doesn't go like this in the bracket. And then it goes like that in the bracket. Alright, nice third try code for Toucans. Alright, Sunder not getting first try, so he's not getting zoomed up to the pace. Second try code again, so that's a double second try code now, I think. So, not bad. Saves a little bit of time. Yeah. I mean, that's like the hardest part about bingo, is being against an opponent who just knows that you can do certain things. Or knows particularly which ways between point A and point B are the I mean, aside from just straight up picking a faster row. I mean, if you're on like a level playing field. Yeah, I mean, not that there's a whole lot of tech to learn in this category anyway. There's just, you know, those little bits where you optimize, you know, your camera, where you're standing, your beak bombs, how to use your feathers and eggs. This race is much closer than the last one. Yeah, the part where I'm at, mysteriously... Ooh, that was a really nice puzzle split up from Toucans. Too bad it was only an 88. I feel like you probably could have gotten... probably an 89 or even a 90 maybe with that puzzle. Gold split on that puzzle. I'm not surprised. Like I was saying, I'm kind of mysteriously at the point where I do a section correctly. It feels nice. And I'm like, oh yeah, that felt so good to do correctly and like fast. But then I lose like 2.5 seconds to my gold for some reason. And I don't know why. But then, like, I go back and look, and it, like, turns out I, like, you know, flapped out a talent trot once or something. But, I mean, even in splits where I don't do that, like, I don't know. Sometimes I just mysteriously lose time. Pretty good puzzle for Toucans. 84 isn't bad. It's about average. Sunder has not a great puzzle split up. Yeah, so 80 puzzle, kind of rough. Yeah. I mean, DKC2 is a lot faster of a game than Tooie, right? So a lot of, like, the muscle memories just kind of, like... I have a feeling you can, like, do them just fine, but then when you have to think about them, you don't know what you did. Like, I remember when I was trying to learn the scrolly scroll, like, I couldn't tell you what I did with my controller, but I could just do it, right? It's like, I don't want to explain to you what I'm doing, but if you give me the controller, I can, like, do it, right? So, I mean, I couldn't even do it now. It's been years since I've, like, done any sort of DKC2 speedrunning, but it's definitely my favorite trick to, like, watch people do. And I still don't know why it works. It's one of those things that's like, I just, you know, looked up a tutorial and was like, huh. But I probably should have been looking into why certain tricks work, because I thought, huh, that's really weird. I should do something different. Like, when you do throw your girlfriend, I didn't realize that the reason why you do it is so you can get the damage boost on the you know, the ghost dude. And so I was just, like, jumping into the barrel and, like, not realizing that, you know, I was doing it wrong, kind of thing. And people were like, well, if you don't, you know, throw Dixie into the barrel, then you don't get the damage boost. And I was like, huh, I wonder why. back to Tooie. Pretty standard Witchy Worlds up until Toucans got hit by the pizza again in the same spot. Toucans has really got to get better at dodging that dude. Yeah, Tooie, I kind of think a little bit more about my inputs, but I mean with Tooie, I've been speedrunning it for like 10 years now, so I kind of map everything out in my head a little bit more than I do other games that I'm not as practiced with. Maybe it was Sunder that got hit by it last race. But I'm pretty sure it was Toucans. Alright, let's see how the tent rope goes this time. Alright, good lineup this time. Alright, good tent rope. Good tent in general from Toucans. Good tent rope from Sunder too, and then he's just gonna straight up run all the way up. So lots of feathers. Alright, let's see. It's been a really good Witchy World for Toucans. Maybe a little too high, but I think it's... yeah, it was a little too high. That's a good grenade shot. Toucans, what are you doing? Don't leave C up. You just gotta aim a little more to the left. Aim over the second light. There we go. Finally caught it. Alright, so that was kind of rough. Yeah, between the second and the third light is like the sweet spot. But, I mean, there's a whole range. The explosion radius is pretty large, but it's not that large. Oh, you look for a texture on the wall? Yeah, I always aim directly above the lights. I count the lights. But it's always a pain looking at the lights because my cursor is always slightly too low because I'm aiming at the lights, not above the lights. And so I have to remember to adjust my cursor up a little bit. So one thing that's really easy to do from like behind the commentator's mic and not when you're like playing the game is when you're just sitting here shouting like, just shoot the egg, just shoot it. But then when you're playing the game, you know, you're spending forever trying to aim your shot so that it, you know, hits right. And you can't really tell if it's gonna work yet or not. Wow, what a shitty ending for Sunder here. All the last pieces are like in the direct opposite corners of the puzzle. Alright, not super great puzzles for either of them. 78 and an 80 puzzle. That was a gold split for Sunder in the Witchy World, though. Alright. Let's hope that Sunder opened up JRL this time. I didn't see if he waited for the actual cutscene to start this time though. Toucans jumping the long way over the gap. Definitely playing it ballsy. leaving the JRL puzzle. Best possible time for Sunder showing 43.46. Best possible time for GeneralToucans showing 43.46. So currently they are absolutely tied. Neither of them got green on Klungo 1. And so, you know, whoever gets green potion on Klungo 2 could definitely get shot ahead a little bit. I mean, also there's Hag 1 as well. I mean, that's probably why their best possible times are so close, even though Toucans is behind. Just because his Hag 1 is, you know, statically faster. So it'll be really interesting to see how the rest of this race goes. It's always nice to have a really close one, and, you know... we do have that prediction still lined up that I could be, you know, frame counting the results of this race. So, God help me if that happens. Alright, nice looking swims from both of them. I think Toucans might have saved a little bit of time on the swim. It's hard to tell, though. Just because, I mean, there's the loading zone to think about as well as, you know, how far they were before. Alright, here's the moment of truth. I think that's like the only thing that's gonna like super tell the results of this. I mean, Toucans is now best possible time is 2 seconds above Sunder's. Green potion for Sunder. That's gonna be good if he has a good fight, which I mean, there's chances are that he might not. And Toucans red. So yeah, Sunder definitely has the upper hand in terms of time. Assuming that he does a proper green potion Klungo. Which, I mean, can't do it any more perfect than that. And so now the only thing that can, like, see if you have a, sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, I mean, Sunder could bonk. That's another thing. Or just straight up, just pass out. But I don't know. Hag 1 is a long fight, so... That's all I can... That's all I really have in terms of commentary. Alright. At this point, though, it's looking like it's going to be going to a game 3. The nice typical Bumblebee pattern for the Jinjos. Alright. Sunder making sure he's well past Minji Joannio. And Sunder is actually, like, he's close to a PB, but he's not going to PB. Like, Sunder's currently sitting at plus 7 seconds, but, I mean, his best possible time is, like, 4 seconds better than his PB, and the chances of, like, gold splitting this split, which is just cutscenes, or the Hag 1 split by that much time is, like, pretty insane. I mean, maybe if Sunder would have had a first try code, this would have been a PB. Or, I mean, there's a whole laundry list of things that could have gone different. Game 3 is pretty epic, though. They're both clinging to their tournament lives. Alright, cutscene's over for Sunder. Toucans just got one more little cutscene to go. Alright, and I mean, I'm just trying to think if there's like any universe in which Toucans can like scooch ahead. I mean, like I've said this a million times in the tournament before. Sunder, like anyone who uses just straight fire egg strats in Hag 1 has a real big edge over grenade shotters, just because, I mean, yeah, their strat is slower, but also it's way safer. So there's not a whole lot of, you know, room to mess up on, like, the phases where you have to shoot her. Everything just comes down to, like, how fast you can hit your clockworks into the batteries. And then, you know, the fight to the death is all the same as the rest of the fight. So the only real downside is, like, taking 1,000,000 damage to the Uggers. Hey, Flame. Yeah, we got a pretty crazy match. I mean, the first match was crazy for, like, different reasons. Toucans won game 1 with a 46-14. Which, is honestly kind of embarrassing. But, this race has definitely been a lot easier to watch. Well, Eric's, if you knew exactly how the cutscene went, what the heck happened? Oh, there was a lot of what the heck happens. Toucans had a lovely Jade Snake Grove early, and then he died, and then he took like 9 or 2 lives worth of tries to get back into Jade Snake Grove again, and then Sunder didn't open JRL, and so he had to go back and do the puzzle a second time, and it was a time had by all. Man, Pause Champ is just such a great emote. I wish more people had it in their channels. Toucans with great grenade shots once again. Well, Sunder didn't forget to open JRL. He reset too early on the cutscene. and had to go back and do it again. So, like, he remembered to do it, just it didn't save before he reset, so... The difference is, like, a minute and a half worth of time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Alright, Sunder is gonna be, Sunder's gonna have to collect some of this health between phases here. That was a lot of damage. I guess this is how Toucans gets back in the game. And I mean, it's not a bad phase to be needing it, because now he just has, like, Hag 1 just chasing him around, so he's got lots of time to go run and collect the honeycombs. Yeah, it's way faster to just straight up forget, because if you forget, you just run to the silo, and then you've already done all the movement to get into Clifftop. Alright, so Sunder's got quite a bit of his health back now. Hopefully he won't need the rest of it, but... Oh, I guess by quite a bit, I mean all of it. I thought he was still missing one honeycomb. So he's still like half a phase ahead of Toucans. Battery got blown up, that's the most important part. So things are looking good for Sunder now, but I mean I don't want to jinx him just yet. Because I'm really good at that apparently. Like really, really good at it, and I don't like that. It's one of those things, it's like, is it even good for viewers? Probably not, because everyone's like, oh, GDO did it again. We were watching a great race until he had to open his big mouth. And then one of the runners just dies to their death. This is a nice clockwork shot over the laser. Toucans might be a little far back, though. Oh, okay, he figured and aimed up. Alright, we're in the last phase for both of them. See if Sunder can clutch it out here. Just giggle. Yeah. As long as there's some sort of comedy going on. Alright, 2 phases left. Cyanide and mustard gas. My favorite. 1 health left for Sunder. He's a little far away, but at this point it doesn't even matter. Time for Sunderstorm. Let's go ahead and pull him in if I can find my thing here. Alright, GG's.
Jeez.
Congrats on your win. Toucan's going to be finishing up in 1 second here.
Ooh, it's close.
Oh! Took a bolt to the face and time with a 4404. Let's pull him in. Alright, GG's. Sunder takes game 2, which means we're going to game 3.
Swag.
Swag. Yep. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say too much about this one here. Other than Sunder, you gotta come at that door from a little
I
bit
know.
less of an
I was getting
angle.
in my, I was getting in my head because I failed the last time, and I think I was a little bit too far left or right. I don't remember which one, but
It's not where you're like left or right. It's how sloped you are coming into the door because it makes you slide further along to the door. If you come into the door facing more straight forward, then you don't drift as much, and that's why you're popping out from the vines.
Yeah,
So,
I was just like adjusting so much because I was getting in my head.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of what Toucans did earlier on. You had a really good run going on for the first little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty solid.
I mean, both of you had pretty good runs going on. I mean,
aside from bad potions and third try code, everything was pretty solid until like literally just the DCW shot.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was. That's what it was.
I'm still tilted about it.
Yeah. I was saying in chat, visual cue I like to use is aiming over like between the second and the third light from the left.
The second, the third light from the left. I'll try it.
Yeah, if you're any further right than that, there's a chance your grenade just doesn't do it. So yeah,
I found a pretty good visual cue just on the wall because I realized the lights are a pretty good visual cue, but they can change like where you're aiming depending on like exactly where you're standing.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Xenernicus uses a texture on the wall too that's like right above where the button's at, so
that's solid. I've always just sort of shot it at that general area and prayed, and it's usually always worked out. Today I got punished pretty hard.
Yeah. But yeah, it was cool seeing you guys were pretty close to your PBs. Well, at least Sunder, you were +7, and then yeah, +7 like going out of Klungo 2, and then
yeah, ended up somehow saving time on that Heg one. I don't know how. given the mortar phase.
Yeah, and then
it was close to gold.
Yeah, Toucans, you were minus on your PV for quite a long time too, which is also really nice to see. But
yeah, I've had some promising runs for sure. Just usually one or two mistakes.
Yeah.
Or code or whatever.
I mean, at least we saw like not as big a mistakes as the first race as well.
Yeah, no, it was. I felt it was a much clearer road.
Now we're both gonna PB.
Yeah, now this is the one we PB on.
Yeah.
42-22. My summit best has dropped a second.
Yeah, that was.
What did I gold? I golded. I golded Witchy World.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, you did. And then can't remember what Toucans. It was one of your puzzles, wasn't it?
Yeah, I golded GGM puzzle, and last run I got a gold on prison compound.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Prison compound.
Those little micro golds.
All right. Well, I hate to interrupt the momentum, but I need to use the washroom real quick, so I'll be right back.
I'll go too. Might as well.
Alright, I'm back. I bought some low sodium Ritz crackers because sometimes I like to have, you know, the salt not like overpower whatever I'm eating on the cracker. And I gotta say, these crackers are like so shit compared to regular Ritz crackers. Like,
Alright, I'm back.
It's not
I feel like
even
you
that
probably need
there's no.
something to put on them.
It's not even that there's no salt on them. It's just like the cracker is different. Like it's like more firm of a cracker, and I don't know why.
Hmm.
It's like, I don't know. That's my gripe of the day. Just GDO things. Okay. This is the last game. Game number 3. We've had a lot of... It's been an emotional roller coaster for me watching you guys do these races, so...
I'm sure.
Yeah,
Like
can
I said,
imagine.
hopefully this will be the run where both of y'all PB, and it'll be just the better PB wins. So, yeah. Are you both ready to go?
Let's
I'm
do
ready.
it.
Okay. Count you down and we'll get her started. Start up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Good luck.
All right. Starting game number 3. This is the last game in the losers semifinal match. The winner will move on to face Xernicus in the loser finals. And the loser will just be out of the tournament in 4th place. Hey, Snopey. You missed some memes, I'll tell you what. The last race was a pretty good race, I will say that. Game 2 was a very good race between the two of them. But yeah, game 1, I'm sure they would have liked to have scraped off the face of the earth. Alright, just making sure I'm unmuted, everything's unmuted. I do have a habit of getting up and then all of a sudden, like, I forget to, you know, change an audio source or something. Ooh, we got green versus red. So, Sunder, if he takes this potion the right way, he'll be leaving out early. You never know if Klungo's gonna run away with Sunder's strat that he wrongly learned from Asmi. Maybe watch the VOD back while you work. Anything to take the edge off. Ooh, Sunder gets the hit. That is a very early egg shot, but... Ooh! It almost looks like the egg, like, almost cracked, like, before Klungo landed on it. But then it just, like, hit at the very last second. So I think Toucans got really lucky there. Either way, Toucan's gonna get a lovely mid-sized push. Any push is good when you're red potion. Any push is good. Any push is good on any potion, really, but... With green and blue potion, as long as you get pushed like inside the door, then I mean that's just not optimal, but it's really good. Nice first try red house for Thunderstorm. Toucans jumping into place. Very nice red house jump as well. Flapping out a talent trot somehow. I think Toucans was like too eager to just kind of jump off the roof. Squeak, squeak. Let this be a, I don't know if you guys can hear my water bottle sloshing around, but hashtag hydrate. Or I guess it's not hashtag, it would be exclamation hydrate. That was some peak BanjoRace content with Asmi's commercials. I wish I had more of them saved, but... I mean, I'm sure they're in the race VOD somewhere, but... It would take way too long to, like, go watch through and, like, figure out where they all are. I just have that one there, because I remember specifically putting that one into BanjoRace Shorts. I think that one was in the very first BanjoRace Shorts, I think. I don't know. It's been a while since I've gone back and watched them, but one day. Alright, coming up on trick number 2 of the run. I mean, I guess Klungo cutscene skip would be the first one, and then Red House is number 2, so number 3. Toucans has a very zoomed out camera there. I don't know if he's always had that or I'm just noticing it now, but oh my god, that would have been amazing if Sunder got that to work. He's got a very sharp angle this time, or a very dull angle compared to his last one, so good on him for getting it second try. That water ad is something else. See, I used to have like a channel point reward for like doing ads, and it wasn't like running ads, it was like whoever was casting like just advertising anything. And I mean, it was fun, but it was like, you know, it was really obnoxious sometimes because if, you know, you didn't really have anything prepped or planned, you were just kind of put on the spot and you had to say something stupid. But Asmi actually like planned them out, and he had like a few that were like ready to go if people like redeemed them. And that was probably the best one. I think he did another one for the Banjo Fitness Challenge as well. I can't remember. It's been so long. I don't remember all the ones. I'm sure Asmi would have a better memory for it. But yeah, those were years ago. I don't think I've had that channel point redemption for a while. I don't really have any channel point redemptions on here anymore. Just like shouting out Banjo runners just to get the spotlight on someone. And, you know, a timeout option. I mean, anyone can think of an ad on the fly. You just look around your room and like, oh, I have an SD card sitting here. I wonder if I could like make an ad about SD cards off the top of my head, right? Ooh, I can't believe that explosion hit that box. Like, Toucans, like, fully exploded himself and then blew up from the TNT box. Like, that was actually, like, maximum range, I think. Shout out to Banjo Runner. I'm gonna give a shout out to Eric Sanks for shouting out a Banjo Runner. Hopefully Eric's will be showing up in the BK League starting starting in the new year. Where you'll get to see his Banjo-Kazooie play. I really don't want to bring it back. It was fun while it lasted, but I mean, because I do so much commentary on the channel, I feel like I just wouldn't want to do it as much as I used to when I was young and fresh. Not that I was that young when I started this channel, but I was definitely more frolicky, I guess you could say. Yeah. I'm hoping to... I was hoping to compete in the Banjo-Kazooie League 6. But with Banjo-Tooie on NSO being a thing now, I don't know if I'll want to play both. But I think I might, because I've been looking for an excuse to learn the proper RBA route for Banjo-Kazooie. And the BK League coming around is like just the thing I needed to, like, you know, start doing all the strats, right? And then if I don't make the tournament at the end of the year, or at the end of the season, it's like, oh well, right? Speaking of tournament at the end of the season, we got a tournament race going on right now. And they both had pretty okay GGMs so far. Toucan's currently ahead of his BB. Sunder isn't, but Sunder is ahead of Toucans, which is the most important part of a race. And I mean, they're not that far apart. So we could be seeing an epic Game 3. Oh my god. When Toucans like shifted on that board there, I thought he was going all the way down. So yeah, Toucan's losing a little bit of time there, but just a little bit. And that was probably just the flapping out of Talontrot on the board. Toucan's landing a little bit further back than I feel like he usually does on this trick. We've seen a lot of people like have uber fast setups for the fire egg switch. And like sometimes it just boggles my mind how fast they are. I keep waiting for Sunder to get a bonk just to like kind of even the odds a little bit between him and Toucans, but I know that because Toucans is the one behind, he's gonna get the bonk first. Because that's usually how it works in these races. It's always the person who's like lagging behind ever so slightly that gets the bonk. Ooh, Sunder holding his stick in the wrong direction. When the camera flips around when you're talking to the disciple, it'll always face the direction that it was facing before if you're not holding your stick. And so if you get that camera flip that like flashes out towards the entrance to MT, you always know to hold your stick in the down left position when you regain control. Bonks are random. It's like 12% chance. Or 10%, something like that. But they only ever happen on when you go to learn new moves from jam jars. Nice puzzle for Toucans, except for like that final piece that he had to like go all the way back and then all the way forth in the puzzle. If you could tell when the bonks would be, that would be just too epic, but unfortunately that isn't the case. I mean, I have a feeling if you could tell when the bonks would be, it would just be used for, like, evil. Seems to happen when you don't want them to. Well, to be fair, you never want them to happen. So, just because it's, like, just lost time. There's no benefit to getting bonked. Alright, let's see if Sunder takes some of my JSG early advice to heart here. In casual play, it don't matter. Yeah, in casual play, it doesn't matter. If you're not speedrunning, it's just a funny thing that can happen. Alright, Sunder with a very good JSG early that time. Toucans with a really fast JSG early, but unfortunately wasn't aimed down far enough. So he's going to get bonked. Yeah, Toucans is like timing his press to like thread the needle. Which I mean is fine, it's fast, but it's also a lot riskier. But I guess I could say Shaman Ninja in a casual play setting, there's very little things that really matter that much. Losing time just isn't a thing, right? So, unless you're under a timer. But, I mean, there's very few of that in this game. I think only a few levels have things that are, like, timed. Other than, you know, mini-games. Like, I can't even think of all the ones off the top of my head. The generator caverns, I think the generators are timed. When you shoot fire eggs into them, they light up portions of the room for a limited time only. Witchy World, you've got the Witchy World, or not Witchy World, what's it called? Grunny Industries. You have the EMP on the crushers. And on the magnet. I don't know, there's a bunch. There's a bunch, just trust me. Alright, Toucan's camera was really, really off. I think he miscounted his notes there. Just because, I mean, didn't have the camera in the right spot, and so kind of jumped off at the wrong note. Yeah, Sunder might have to grab an extra feather nest in Witchy World. Oh, he landed without losing that second feather. That was actually insane. I thought he was going down to 4. Sunder, it's to your right! It's to your right, it's not above you, it's to your right, now it's to your left. There it is. Sunder thinking it was above him, but when he aimed into that flock of flies, you could see that, that one fly just, like, peace out. Kind of funny. Toucans does have a fly directly over his head now, but yeah, he could see it. Flock of flies is kind of fun to say, actually. Ooh, Sunder taking a dip in the pool. So Toucan's slowly gaining time. I think they're close enough that a third try versus first try could catch Toucans up. But Sunder hasn't really had that great of luck with his prison codes. I mean, I think he's gotten second in both races. Not that Toucans has had much better luck. I think he's got third try in both races. It's okay, this is the race where they both get first try, I believe. Okay, I don't believe anymore. Oh, it's third try for Sunder. Oh, and first try for Toucans. Toucans retakes the lead. That's so rough. Sunder going to be losing a lot of time in this prison compound just from, like, falling into the water. 14 seconds on top of, like, you know, going forward. Oh yeah, Gogo, I don't know if you ended the prediction for game 2, but it didn't come down to a frame count. It was close, but it didn't come down to a frame count. Actually, it wasn't even that close. It was like 30 seconds, but I mean, that's still pretty close. Oh, Sunder didn't flap. Not sure what happened there. So yeah, Toucan's got like maybe a 6 or 7 second lead on Sunder right now. Still very doable. But, I mean, Toucan's has a faster end of his run anyway, so... his best possible time will still be, like, much better. Could lose it all on one phase of Hag 1. Well, it'll still take a little bit longer. On Warp to Jiggy Wiggy's Temple, the best possible time is 30 or 18 seconds different between them. So Toucan's has a 43.15 and Sunder has a 43.33. But, I mean, it could also come down to Klungo. Because remember, Sunder got Green Potion Klungo 1. And Toucan's got a Red Potion Klungo 1. So if Toucan's gets a Green Potion Klungo 2, then he's just kind of zooming. I mean, we do have Witchy World still to go, though. And I mean, there's lots of shenanigans that could happen in Witchy World. If Toucan's gets hit by that pizza one more time, it's just gonna be like, can you not? Can you not, please? Has there been a race that was decided on puzzles? I mean, any close race could have been decided on puzzles. If someone gets perfect puzzles and the other person gets average puzzles over the course of the entire run, that's like 10 seconds or more, right? I really like this puzzle split up from Toucans. Ooh, I would have definitely put that piece in the wrong spot. Alright, 84, not bad. Sunder gonna get an 84 as well, so I think both of them tied each other on puzzles. I think Sunder got 1 second better on the GGM puzzle. So, overall, pretty samey. Samey puzzles. Although the gap is now kind of switched a little bit. Best possible time for Toucans is now 43.21. So he lost 6 seconds to his golds on puzzles, whereas Sunder only lost 3 seconds. Alright, it's Witch World time. I am like so incredibly slumped in my chair right now that I might fall out. But just sometimes you sit in those weird positions that are just like so incredibly comfy and you don't want to move. And I got like my shoulder blade like kind of jammed into the back of my chair. Oh, it just feels so good. I don't sit in like an ergonomic gamer chair, TM. I just use like a metal chair that I've always sat on. With a pillow under it, of course, so I feel nice and comfy. Alright, so we got 1 damage already from Toucans, so that's going to be a health up on Jam Jars. So 1 extra text box. Kind of matters when they're this close. But, I mean, does it really matter when they're that close? Not really. I'd like to say that it does, but, I mean, in the end, it's like a quarter of a second. Oh, Sunder gets meme signed. That's way worse than an extra text box. Although, I guess it isn't there. Nah, I guess it really isn't. It's still just an extra text box. That's the second note that Sunder's jumped over now. Sunder is just like dodging these notes like Neo from the Matrix. Alright, they're both climbing the ladder. They both had pretty good tent ropes up to this point, I would say, but I mean, anything can happen. We have seen Sunder fall off the tent rope in one of the races. Or no, that was Toucans, I think. Yeah, it was Toucans that fell off in game 1. But he had a really nice recovery in game 2. Oh, missed the Jinjo. Alright, this is Sunder's chance to gain a couple seconds. Yeah, Sunder just runs up the tent rope to not risk falling over. Ooh, Sunder... Oh yeah, Sunder didn't get the red feathers, but he also didn't need them. Because it was Toucans that messed up in JSG early this time. That is too low. That might be too far to the right. This is just spamming grenade eggs. Okay, finally got it on the third one. And that one's going to work just fine for Sunder, so... What's the time difference? Like 5 seconds there. Sunder waited to reset on the DCW setup, or DCW reset, I guess. And so, cost a little bit of time, but... I mean, in the end, I think they're only apart by like 5 seconds-ish. Their best possible times will definitely be a little bit different, though, just because, like I said, Toucans has a faster Hag 1, and so his best possible time will just naturally be lower than Sunder if he's ahead. Yeah, there's Shiro. Did I win my finals? I did win my finals. But I'm still not out of the woods yet. Xenernicus is still waiting to retake first place. And the winner of this match here races Xenernicus. Yep, so the loser of this race, again, is out in 4th place. And then, yeah, I'm currently waiting to race the winner of the loser final match. So I'm guaranteed either 1st or 2nd. 79 puzzle from GeneralToucans, and ooh, Sunder, ooh, that was a 79. That was a very low 79 though. I had a feeling that it was gonna tick down to 78. Just sometimes it looks like the timer ticks like way faster than it does, but then sometimes the timer just like holds on to the seconds for dear life. And it's really hard to like tell which is gonna happen. Alright, hopefully both of their JRLs are open. Not that any of them would reset early. Who would ever do that, right? And at this point, anything can happen. But yeah, like I said, we're just kind of waiting to see, you know, assuming no mistakes happen in JRL for anyone. We're just really waiting to see if Toucans gets green potion on Klungo 2. Because if he does, then that's just a huge, like, skyrocket into the lead. Not that he isn't, like, pretty far into the lead already. By, like, less than 10 seconds, I would say, at this point. But a green potion on Klungo 2 will definitely make it a lot bigger. Alright, the swim begins. Toucans and Sunder both have excellent fast swimming, and so, you know, there really isn't any risk of death just from their swimming alone and the eels. I think if you have really good swimming and you don't get hit by the octopus arms, then you can, like, you don't really have to worry about the eels. But of course, if you do get tagged by the octopus, then that's a whole different story. It looks like both of them had nice swims on the first little bit. So, like, I could get proved wrong at some point, but I think if you make it through the octopus with fast swimming, and, like, I think it's just impossible to die to the eels unless you, like, just dick around with them and, like, don't bother swimming towards the surface. Alright, both of them with excellent exits from the water. I would say, I mean, they pretty much had the exact same JRLs. Like, really nothing different between the two of them. Can the eels wombo combo you? If you get hit by one, you can get hit by the other one, but I don't think you can't get hit a third time. Because the eels take a little bit of time to, like, swim around. On NSO, I actually swam to the surface with fast swimming, like, without C-upping, just to see what it was like, seeing the eels chase behind you. And, they actually both kind of tail you all the way up. But then there reaches a point when you hit, like, 90% up towards the surface that they kind of stop following you. But I'm pretty sure when they hit you, they just, like, swim around and, like, stop aggroing you. But, of course, you have to get hit twice for that to happen, because the other one's, like, right behind. Alright, here we go. The Klungo. Blue Potion versus Blue Potion. So they're on even playing fields here. So, I mean, we're still not out of the woods yet. We can still hit a wrong clone. Yeah. I mean, even regularly, like, without fast swimming past the eels, like, the thing you really die from is losing air. Because you lose oxygen really fast. Alright. They're currently 3 seconds apart. And because of their splits, we're going to go ahead and see what their best possible time is after Klungo. So right now, Sunder has a best possible time of 43:48, and Toucans has a best possible time of 43:40. So their best possible times are currently only 8 seconds apart. Toucans is a little bit, you know, more ahead than Sunder is. And he does have a faster Hag 1, and so I think this is Toucan's race to lose now. And no bonk. Very lucky. Oh! Sunder gets the bonk! Very unlucky. That's exactly where he didn't want to get bonked. So, if Toucans has a good Hag 1, then I think he's in it, but every little mistake Toucans makes is going to be something that Sunder's going to like slowly grab forward ever so slightly. This is definitely a race for sure. God, and I actually don't know who's going to win this. As long as I don't have to frame count. Give me, like, at least 2 seconds of leeway between finishes. See, are their timers synced up? I guess that's another good point since we're nearing the end here. Yeah, their timers are pretty synced up, so we don't have to worry about that. But, because Sunder does the fire eggs, every cycle he gets is going to be 2 cycled, so, I mean, every time Toucans gets a 1 cycle, it's just going to be straight up faster than Sunder. So again, like I said before in the last race, it's just going to come down to shooting the clockworks into Hag 1 and the fight to the death. Or any of the times where Toucans like can't aim at Hag 1 and he just ends up lagging the game by shooting a million grenade eggs. Which is something that could happen, but we shall see. Ugh. Dragging my chair back in. Alright. Let the final Hag 1 fight begin. Wouldn't it be, like, epic if Sunder whipped out, like, grenade quick shooting for, like, this last tournament match? He was hiding his power level for when he needed it the most. Absolutely just slayed Hag 1. Found a secret quick kill kind of thing. All those, you know, comeback tropes. Took the leg weights off, you know. Alright, here we go. Well, for Sunder anyway. Toucans was already, like, off to the races. Alright. Very good start to the fight for Toucans. And then, yeah, Sunder just kind of going on. So glad Toucans decided not to rat-a-tat that time and just get hit by the lasers. Man, it's hard to, like, give commentary for this because I'm just, like, sitting back, like, on the edge of my seat, just watching. I'm just waiting for any little thing. Just for me to suddenly, like, explode. Like I did when Sunder got bonked on Clockwork Eggs. Yeah, it is Eric's. I mean, his best possible time was already, like, slightly ahead. I mean, the difference in best possible time is 12 seconds between the two of them, so... best possible time is kind of a cheater way to show how far he is ahead, because even if he was only, like, 5 seconds ahead on screen, I know there's splits, show a best possible time that's, like, you know, more accurate with how their fights could go. Man, Toucans had, like, excellent Hag 1 shots for this last round. Definitely pulling out his A game for the end of it. Like, grenade quick shots don't save that much time over the fire eggs, but I mean, over the course of the fight, it does save quite a bit. I mean, like, individually they don't save that much time, but when you know, factor in that you have to do like 8 of them. Alright, here we go, the first battery cycle. And Toucan's still only getting a 1 cycle with that many missed grenades. That grenade lag strat to, like, extend the cycle, definitely a strat. Oh, he missed the battery! Oh, no! Oh, no! He was I mean, he had to dodge the Ugger. He absolutely had to dodge the Ugger. But that's like a game-ending mistake. Like, I mean, Sunder could still make a mistake here, but that's like... Oh god, that's so bad. Oh, Toucan's accidentally reset his splits. He could come back from it, but, I mean... Like, I don't think he can come back enough. Toucans is like at least 6 seconds behind now. Sunder would have to make a mistake. I can use their VODs, Xenernicus. That's how I do frame counting. I can just look at the time on their VODs. First frame of Fade to Black on the file select compared to the time of first frame of finishing Hag 1. Oh my god, this is just exactly not the thing. Oh god, Toucans. He's got to be shaking his head. Oh, Sunder almost got hit with that bolt. Alright, we're coming up on time. 15 health left. 4 seconds now. There's nothing Toucans can do to speed up the fight at this point, so it's like basically just how fast it is to aim. Alright, here comes final shot. Can Sunder nail it? Bam! Time. And Toucans missed the final shot, so let's go ahead and pull him in. Alright, GG's.
Uh-oh.
GG's.
GG's. Yeah, you guys finished less than
Surely it
like
was
4 or
Thunder.
5 seconds apart, but yeah, Sunder is the winner of this round.
Ooh.
Toucans was ahead of you by a good chunk, but when he blew up his clockwork, he missed the first battery.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was definitely the most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen. Like, the Ugger literally pinned him against the wall. Like,
I didn't know what to do, man. Oh my
yeah,
god.
like I thought you were gonna like try and jump kind of thing, and then maybe try and jump over the Ugger. But then when you went into the wall, I was like, well, he either gets blown up by the Ugger or he blows it up himself. And I'm pretty sure you blew it up yourself.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But then it was just there just wasn't enough time to catch up. I mean,
Oh god, no, my hag 1 gold is fucked now. Cause when that happened, I pounded my desk.
Yeah.
I gave it a few good
And you
slams,
split?
and it
Yeah.
auto split and then reset the run. And so there's just no timer.
yeah. So like, Toucan's got that nice 41-34 PB.
Oh my god, yeah, I wasn't gonna beat that.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, after that, I think you were like 6 seconds behind Sunder, and I mean, you gained a little bit of time in your like grenade shots, because I gotta say, Toucans, up to that point, your Hag 1 was like so incredibly
wasn't it
perfect.
looking it so clean?
Oh, you do the grenade shots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it does.
damn.
And yeah, Toucans had like such a clean looking Hag 1, and I mean, I thought it was gonna be super close, like anyway, leading up to the end, and then Sunder, you bonked on clockwork eggs, and I was like, oh, because I mean, I think you guys, the best possible time difference between you two at that point was only like 12 seconds, I think.
Okay.
So how far behind was I going into Hag 1?
Less than 10. Well,
But,
it was about less than 10, I think, or around 10. But Toucans gained a lot of time on you in Hag 1 just because grenade shots are
grenade shots, yeah.
naturally
I
faster.
should probably learn that.
But then yeah, the unfortunateness. I thought it might come down to code at the end, because third try code versus first try code.
Oh my god, yeah, that would have been that. And did Toucans get any bonks?
I think you.
I'm not sure I got one in this.
One bonk.
No, I think that might have been the last race. I think both of you guys got.
I got 2 in the first one and 1 last one.
Yeah.
But I don't think I got one this one.
This run would have PB'd if I got first try code.
Yeah. Yeah, I think your last run would have almost PB'd too, yeah?
Yeah, I got second try code in that one, but yeah,
that's right.
probably.
Yeah.
But even that one was closer. That was like I was only 5 or 6 seconds off.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably.
Oh, and you gold splitted your Hag 1 too.
Yeah, by 0.1 second.
Yeah.
Let's go.
0.1 second. Oh, you also gold splitted your JRL too.
Yeah, that one was also tiny gold, less than a second.
Oh yeah, I guess, which one of you missed your last fly? That was Sunder, right?
Dude, I couldn't find it.
Yeah,
I thought it was
so-
above me. I thought, because I never saw it, so I just assumed it was directly above me, and then it wasn't.
It's funny because I was yelling at you for that, because if you go back and watch your VOD, you can see that fly just fly away from the group, but it was still like on the other side of the field, and so
Yeah, I missed that.
I was like, you probably just looked at the big cluster of flies there, and you didn't notice the other one fly off, and then instead of looking to the right, when you immediately turned your camera up, I was like, Thunder, he's not above you.
I think it was because, like, I don't know, I have to go back and watch, but I thought that I, like, already cleared the whole area, and so that was, like, the only spot in my head that it could be, but I think I don't know, I'm bad at flies.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I guess Toucans, you missed the JSG early again.
Yeah, I got the backup though, which was nice.
You did get the backup. You definitely go for JSG early in, like, the, you know, threading the needle kind of way.
Yeah.
So it was like it takes epic timing to be able to do that too. So I was like, ooh.
What Klungos did Toucans get?
I got red and then blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then yeah, Sunder
I got perfect, right?
Yeah,
Perfect
green
RNG.
and then
Blue.
blue. Yeah.
But I was kind of hoping for red at that point. I was just like, I just want an easy one.
I think that red potion Klungo 2 is faster than blue potion Klungo 2.
Really?
Yeah. Just because, I mean, half the time... Because waiting for Klungo to, like, grow on the second one, I feel like you can shoot your egg right away, whereas on Blue Potion... I mean, if you're doing a run, you could shoot it really early and kind of risk getting the, you know, the wrong clone, but I feel like I save more time doing Klungo 2 because you can just shoot right away, whereas having to wait and make sure the clones are good before you shoot your egg.
I think you're probably right, because I felt like my Klungo 2 split was really good in this, and I didn't gold it. And I've been deleting my green potion golds. I lost like a couple seconds to gold.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Snoopy says on average red potion Klungo 2 is faster, and I think that's true. Because if you have good RNG on blue and you just shoot your egg right away, you know, kind of like YOLO shot it, but who wants to do that when they're 30 minutes into a run, right? So yeah, also a nice grenade spam on the button there, Toucans on this one. It's funny. Your first egg was like to the right, and then you just kept firing eggs. I think you only fired 3 eggs, but it looked like you fired way more. It was just kind of funny.
Yeah, we had to make sure the shot hit, you know?
Yeah.
wasn't taking any chances this time.
All right, well, GeneralToucans, unfortunately, that's your exit from the tournament in 4th place.
All right, we take that.
Yeah. 4th place in the
a good run
in the tournament. It was a very epic run. Unfortunately, you won't get the epic 3rd rematch against Xenernicus in the loser finals. But
tragic.
Yeah, any plans for Tooie in the near future or BK kind of thing?
Yeah, I definitely I want to get 42 in this, so I need to do more runs for sure, and then. I want to, since Tooie on Switch just came out, I want to mess around with that too and do some runs for that.
Yeah.
So I imagine I'll stick around with Tooie a little bit longer.
Any OOTR in your future, Kappa?
Not likely.
Yeah.
Too much going on.
I know Asmi's been getting on you there, but
he's been trying.
Yeah, but no worries. And Sunder, you'll be moving on to the loser finals. You're now guaranteed minimum 3rd place. So,
oh baby, this might be the best I've ever done in a tournament already.
I don't know. I'd have to scroll up the tournament results. I was gonna say, did you
maybe Asmi's any % tournament for BK? Maybe I got 3rd.
Think you were gonna get this far when you signed up?
No. But when I dropped into losers, I looked at the competition ahead of me and I was like, yeah, I can do that. And I started practicing.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling up the tournament results to just see how it checks out. I see that you got 5th in the BK randomizer. In Asmi's any % tournament, you got 4th.
Okay.
Yeah, you got knocked out by Crosby.
Crosby, I remember that race. I died to the fucking beetle as the bee in Gobi's Valley.
Aw, man.
That is one of my most traumatizing BanjoRace memories.
Yeah.
Okay. It's happened to me before.
I mean, playing BK at all is pretty traumatizing, TBH, so...
Nah.
People say the same thing about Dewey.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hag movie, all that. Alright, so, yep. Schedule up with Xenernicus when you can. And then, yeah, only 2, possibly 3 more matches left until the tournament's over. Loving it.
Wow.
Do you guys have any last words for the stream before we cut it for the night?
Sounds like it was a good set of races.
Yeah, right. Good content as always.
No, I'm just thankful I didn't have to frame count anything when we saw how close it was getting into the Hag 1 and
Dude,
race
especially
2
when my
3.
timer reset, imagine.
Well, I would have used the time from your VOD, so...
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, that would have worked out just fine, so... Alright, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully there'll be the next no Bitclip race coming soon, so... Yeah, that's all I got. See you guys. Bye.